Hi, I'm just going to take you through the report section of Tentacle. This is just a trial campaign that has been created for SAB Insurance. Four of these campaigns are what you will see right up once you log in, and it'll tell you the usual things like how many prospects have been uploaded, which are the ones which are uh, overdue for follow-ups, or any follow-ups for today are all seen here right up front. Uh, For checking out the reports, all you need to do is get into the report section. And first up, you'll see a summary of all the four campaigns or all the campaigns that you have created on this particular application. You can select a particular campaign if you wish to, and also select the date range. Right now, this is defaulted to since inception, and all four or five campaigns that are there. Right up, you can see the percentages of various dispositions in terms of interested, not reachable, not eligible. Or what will happen is if you've created dispositions on your own using our customizable tool when it comes to dispositions, and those dispositions will be shown here. In terms of a particular campaign, you can just get into, I'm just getting into September renewal, and that sort of pops up on your right, and this is the way it will go on. So if you select the next one, it will come right down. So you can take a snapshot view of what's happening across all your campaigns to basically figure out which of these campaigns are more effective. For example, if you look at September renewal, you can see that not interested is about 60%, 59%, which is higher than 54% for all the other campaigns. Whereas just dial leads are shown as 55% not interested. You can also have a look at the not reachable. The not reachable in September is about 10%, which is higher than the all the campaigns put together. For just dial leads, it's marginally lower at around 9%. So you can take one more. Let's look at August renewals, and here you can see that the not reachable was actually 6%. Now, it tells you in one glance the effectiveness of the data that you've uploaded. It tells you can deep dive into this by selecting different date ranges, and compare your campaigns. So this is as far as the call dispositions is concerned. You can also look at call dispositions by callers and select a particular campaign and then select a caller. So this tells you this again. You can select multiple callers. So I'm just taking three for representation's sake, and it tells you that the callbacks for Jeff Harris was at around 50%, whereas Thomas Parker was around marginally lower, about one third of that. So definitely Jeff Harris is somebody that you will need to speak to. Also, going forward, you can have a look at the call quality reports. This is basically for you to be able to identify which of the telecallers are more effective, and you can do this by simply clicking this, selecting. I'm just going to select since inception, and it gives you a snapshot view of the call quality matrix. Now, just a small thing, you can click here and download the images or the PDF, download it as a PDF or a JPEG image or a PNG image just for future reference. The first thing up here is the call duration. It tells you the total number of calls which have been made across four campaigns and the call duration across each as per the labels given here, 0 seconds, 1 to 10 seconds, and so on and so forth. So it tells you that a large percentage of calls are within 11 to 30 seconds, and if you compare it from 0 to 30 seconds, you get about 32 and about 41%, 42% calls are up to 0 to 30 seconds, and about 16% are marginally are about 3 minutes. You can also look at the performance across all your telecallers. So you have Jeff Harris, who's made 215 calls, 199 calls for Edward, 227 for James, 236 for Tom Wilson. So it tells you that Tom Wilson is higher than the average of 214, whereas Edward and Thomas Parker are significantly lower than the average number of calls. It also tells you at a glance uh, the the distribution of calls in terms of the time taken for each call. So you have Edward Carter who has about 47 calls which are 0 seconds. 47 out of 199 is a fairly decent and large percentage for you to take note of, and you can simply go ahead and counsel Edward as to what is happening with his calling effort. You can also have a look here at the average call duration, which is 1 minute and 20 seconds. And you look at Edward and Jeff Harris, who are doing significantly lower than that particular average, especially Edward Carter. Now, when you take this and compare it with the number of calls that he's made, you can figure out that there seems to be an issue with Edward, and not only in the number of calls that he's making, but also in terms of the average call. So he's possibly there is a chance that he's just getting the disposition tagged and moving on without actually making any calls. So all in all, this report suite will tell you exactly what is the performance of your telecallers, and it's a very simple and cool way of checking out performance. And mind you, this data is dynamic. It is getting refreshed, so you can have a look at it maybe every 2 hours, every 1 hour, depending on your needs, and take action as you see fit. You also have a total call duration report. So you have, again, if you look at Edward Carter, you will see most of his calls are getting over in 55 seconds, and very hardly few which are going beyond 180 seconds. So what you should, all in all these reports are fantastic for you to just have a look, and at a glance you can figure out what's happening with your campaigns, in not only in terms of uh, the effectiveness of the data that you've uploaded, but also the effectiveness of the telecallers that have happened.
Okay, one more thing. Just the last point on call quality reports. You have a cool feature which I'll just demonstrate to you. It's the same thing you take since inception, just for you to have a look. Now, as the telecallers are stacked up on the left, in case you feel that okay, now Edward's performance looks slightly off, so if you want to deep dive into Edward's performance, and you all you have to do is click on this, and it will give you a snapshot of his calls as well as all the calls that he has handled across all the campaigns that he has been part of. So you can clearly see that there seems to be an issue within September renewal here. And again, I mean, obviously the average of 62 calls is below 66, so there could be something which is wrong here. You could also have a look at the average calls duration, which seems to be uniform, but for some reason it is more in September renewal. So now if you want to compare uh, telecaller performance vis-a-vis a particular campaign, all you need to do is click on September renewal, and it gives you the campaign statistics. So again, the call durations, the calls, the number of calls handled within that campaign, and the average call duration and total call duration for that campaign. So all in all, this report suite is just pretty flexible. You can go from within the telecallers to a campaign and flip back and forth, just to make sure that your analysis is perfect and that your follow up mechanism is stronger. So that's all that I have for reports right now. We will keep updating this as we go along, and keep posting to you once we make any other changes. Thank you very much.